In this video today, I'm going to be giving you full 100% certainty to see whether or not college is for you or if it's a complete utter waste of time, money, and energy. Because with college, it takes some of the most valuable years out of your life when you have the most energy, the most motivation, and you're still not fully closed minded. You're opening up to the idea that maybe your dreams are possible, whether that be making money online, traveling the world, getting rich, all of these things. Most people are born unique with their dreams, whatever they may be, but most people go into college, go into the 9 to 5, and then they die a copy. So, starting off, we're going to be going over the worst degrees possible, in my honest and humble opinion. And that's obviously the one I went for, which is a business degree, where you're learning from a fake guru who's never even started or owned a business, someone who's probably never even touched six figures in her or his life, plus sociology degree, psychology degree, fine arts degree, music degree, marketing degree, religious studies. All of these things are completely useless, though some of them might be fulfilling. You're just not going to be as fulfilled when you're broke, worrying about how you're going to be paying the bills with any of these degrees. Now, of course, there are some understandable degrees that you can go to college for. Like for my girlfriend, she's going to be a nurse. And with nurses, pretty much anything with healthcare, like being a doctor, a brain surgeon, what's it, anesthesia, all these types of things, you can make very good money. But in my opinion, especially if you want time freedom and location freedom, you're just not really able to acquire that because you're going to be spending most of your time in these hospitals, treating patients. But it is very fulfilling. You are making a difference in the world. You are saving people, changing lives in a very good way. So it is still understandable, but that's just not something I'd want to do. Being a lawyer, that can be good as well. Could be very fulfilling, very good money. And if that's something that is like very interesting to you, like you want to be like what's it called, Paul from Breaking Bad, if that's kind of the path you want to go, I totally understand it. It's totally okay. Then, of course, being a pilot, going into trade school, actually learning tangible skill that lines up with what you're wanting to do in life. All of these things I totally understand, like being a pilot, flying around the world, like my brother, that's understandable as well. Engineering, I think, especially in the next 5 to 10 years, just anything to do with like electricians, plumbers, they're going to be getting very, very rich these next 5 to 10 years because more and more people they don't want to do that. So there's a lot more, or there's a lot less people in that field, but it's still a lot more demand. So with just a few amount of specialists in these fields means you're going to be making a lot more money. Then last but not least, finance. I've just met a lot of people who are making very good money with finance and they're still able to travel the world and do what they want to do. Like one of my friends, Aaron, who's just been to Bangkok. I think he's in South America now. He says he's in finance. I still have no idea what they're doing in finance. But yeah, I mean, I still understand that. That's just like not my cup of tea. I have no idea what they do, to be completely honest. So now we're just going to break down exactly what education means, like the definition of education. I literally just looked this up a few minutes ago, and the definition is right here: the process of receiving or giving systematic instruction, especially at school or university. So basically, programming. So what the education system looks like in the USA, like what it looks like right now, down to like the tangible things that they do for you, is first off, they're teaching memorization, whether that be algebra, geography, history, just things that don't even matter. I don't even remember anything at all. Even though I remembered it back then, I was good enough to get like a C or a B plus. You're taught to be closed-minded and not really take any risk. You're taught that risk are like not worth it, like that college is the only way to go and that you must obey orders and to do as you're told by the teachers. And then number three is that you need to socialize and find your friend group, which I think is actually one of the best parts about the education system is that you get to learn sales on how to sell yourself to your friends, to make your friends, and to find your friend group. And it's also very good to be able to kind of sort yourself in these different social circles. You got the jocks, the popular kids, the goth people, the weird ones, just being able to find your own group and to find your friends. I mean, as human beings, it's just like you need to have a social circle of people that are like-minded, and that's just how we work as human beings. So I mean, that's a pretty good part of the education system right now. But let's just say, for example, you go off to university for a business degree, some other useless degree that we went over above right here. They're going to be going into massive debt for no reason whatsoever. Like one of my good friends, Anani, who's doing what I'm doing right now, which is high ticket sales, remote closing. He went to school for almost 10 years, I think like 8 or 9 years or something like that for med school, just because his parents told him he had to go to be a nurse. But then it was his eighth or ninth year when he got caught partying or doing something bad, got kicked out, and now he's over $300,000 in debt and doesn't even get to use his degree. So he's just completely underground financially in terms of like how much debt he's in, and he doesn't even use the med degree that he was going out to get. Now, of course, that's just a quick example. Of course, it just really depends on what you're going to school for, but it just kind of amplifies the fact that you are going into massive debt, especially if you're going into a very big school and you're going there for a very long period of time. And then maybe it turns out you don't even want to do what you thought you wanted to do when you were 18 years old. And then number five is that 99% of people are learning from a fake guru, just like myself. I went to Truett McConnell, which is like this college, this very small Christian college up north in Georgia. And the business teacher, she's never started a business, never touched six figures, and it was trying to teach me how to do something she's never done. It's like, what's it called? The Red Skull in Avengers Infinity War, I believe, when he was telling Thanos that he was leading him to a treasure that he couldn't possess himself. And that's exactly how it is with most of these college professors, is that they've never even done what they're trying to teach you. And most likely it's very outdated information that doesn't even work in this day and age. And then last but not least is that you never even learn any high income skills, unless of course you're going to be a doctor, lawyer, pilot, or any of the other good ones. You're just learning how to be an employee. So what I personally think the education system should provide to actually give you a chance in this day and age of this current reality that we're living in, like the actual skills and survival instincts that you need to survive, not only to survive, but to thrive, and to be able to unlock time and location freedom and eventually financial freedom, is to be able to give you high income skills and to teach you ways to either make money online or in person that are actually valuable. Because right now, especially for myself going to university for a business degree, I was learning how to type in numbers on a screen on a Google spreadsheet and knowing all of these definitions. I don't even remember. To be completely honest, I was like fried playing Fortnite. I was destroying my brain cells the entire time I was in university. So that is my fault, smoking weed all the time, drinking on the weekends. But to be honest, like who isn't? Most people, they're going out every single weekend, especially the big schools where they have the frats, the sororities, where everyone's partying either every day, every weekend. They're mostly just socializing, not really learning anything, and just grinding in the complete wrong direction while also destroying their brain cells in the process. So by the time they even graduate, they probably have a lot less brain power and skills than they did when they first entered university, which is absolutely insane. But another good part that I think the education system does provide, and what I think it should provide, is that you're able to network with others for opportunities later, building out your friend group and just connecting with people. Because the thing is like, even though university, in my opinion, is still a scam, you're still able to have that chance to meet the right person at the right time and build a powerful connection for later on down the line. Maybe you meet someone, let's just say his name is Bob, and his dad happens to own IHOP, which is like this breakfast place back in the US. I'm not sure why I picked that one, but let's just say you meet a very high level friend and you get into a massive opportunity later. That is a good part about the education system. But what I think ultimately what the education system should provide is simply a bridge to your true desires and what goals you have in life. And that's just not the case in this day and age. So now to go over my quick personal experience that I had with university. This is me right here. About 3 years ago, signing the scholarship for basketball at Truett McConnell. There's me right there. I was probably high in this picture, to be completely honest. And my original goal was to go for basketball, get a business degree, learn what skills and how I would even start a business, because all I really wanted to do, like with my very naive kind of mindset at the time, was just get rich, play basketball, and have a great time. And I thought college was the only way to do that, to be able to like get rich, start a business while playing basketball at the same exact time. But here's what actually happened. As you can see in this left picture, I was at a party smoking weed, and the right just grabbing a nice bottle of vodka. I was just getting drunk and high all the time, completely destroying my brain cells. Any willpower, any clarity was all gone, out of the picture. I was just completely brainwashed, not even brainwashed, I would say. I was just off the rails completely. Just, a complete degenerate, complete loser, had loser friends. All my teammates were losers, always smoking weed. I was smoking weed myself. I was a loser myself. And I was going into a bit of debt, but luckily I did have partial scholarship, joining the basketball team. So I didn't go that much in debt like Anani or a lot of my other friends who are still in university right now. They're still digging themselves deeper and deeper into debt, learning and acquiring skills that are probably going to be replaced by AI by the time they even leave university. So yeah, just losing a ton of brain cells and learned absolutely nothing. Partially it is my fault, as you can see in these pictures. Evidence A, evidence B of destroying my brain cells completely. I probably have irreversible brain damage from my short time at university. I only went for a year and a half, but ultimately you're still learning from a fake guru, someone who's never done what you're trying to do for yourself. So to me, it's just an utter waste of time, but it really just depends. So let's just think for 1 second. What do you want out of life? Watching this video right now, if you were to die in 5 years, would you be happy with the life that you're living right now? Like, I have a very important question for you. If you had all the time and money in the world, what would you do every single day? Like, if you had all the freedom, all the money, you had no limits, what would your day look like? What would your day look like day in and day out? And you don't have to eat shrooms like I did to figure this out, to finally wake up, to realize that this life that you have right now is the one short, limited time you have on this earth to do what you want to do. It took me 3-4 grams of shrooms to figure this out for myself, that I only have this one life and that college wasn't for me and it wasn't able to bridge me to where I truly wanted to go in life and to what I wanted to fulfill with my very short time here on this earth. You don't have to eat shrooms like I did. Just know and wake up for a second and realize that you do only have a limited number of minutes and hours for the rest of your life. And you need to figure out if going into debt and learning from a fake guru is bringing you and moving the needle forward to where you want to go. Because if not, it's not the way. It's not the path for you. So this is a very important question for you right now that will help you kind of put together this video to get to the point I'm trying to get across, is where will university lead you? And the very first thing you need to get and to pick up what I'm putting down is that you need to know yourself first. What do you want? That's the most important question anyone's going to ask you in life, is what do you want out of life? And the best way I figured this out for myself was obviously shrooms. But another way you can do this is cut out all distractions, lock yourself in a room, grab a notebook and pen, and ask yourself the question I asked you earlier. Like, if you had all the time, all the money in the world, what would you do day in and day out? Like, what does that life look like? And with the answer to that question, you figured out exactly what dream life you want and what type of life that would fulfill you and to get you happy, fulfilled, provide for others, yourself, whether that be time freedom, location freedom, whatever it may be. It's just entirely up to you. I'm a whole different person than you. Watching this video right now, you probably have your own goals and dreams, but you need to know yourself first. And after you answer that question honestly of like, what would you do if you had all the money, all the time, you just need to figure out if college is helping you get there or if it's hurting your chances of ever getting there in the first place. Because if you're person B and it's not going to get you to where you want to go and you just go into tremendous debt, waste the most valuable years of your life and don't even learn anything meaningful and valuable, then this is going to be you on the left. Sad McDonald's Wojak, stuck in a 9-to-5 forever, in debt, ugly wife that's cheating on you with a Chad, broke, no skills, unfulfilled, and you're just going to be stuck here. Because I don't know about you, but like once you reach a certain age, I just feel like, of course you still have time, you still have other chances in life, but as time goes on, it gets harder and harder to acquire your dream life, whatever that may be. Just because as you're young, you're very, very open-minded. Like, especially when you're a kid, you have all of these dreams, aspirations of maybe going to the NBA, maybe starting your own business, owning a jet. You're very open to anything because you haven't been molded and brainwashed into thinking you can't achieve those things. So the later on down the life you go, the more and more brainwashed you get to where it gets to a certain point where it's very hard to change or almost impossible to change. So especially right now, if maybe you're 18, 19, 20, maybe mid 20s and you're still in university right now, you still have a lot of time left, but you don't have as much time as you think. So the earlier you're able to figure this out for yourself, whether or not college, university is for you or not, if it's a complete utter waste of time, now is the time to act. Because the more and more you wait, the deeper in debt you go, the more time and energy you waste, the more brain cells you destroy, especially if you're like partying, drinking, smoking, and all that good stuff. But you just need to ask and figure this out for yourself, because To me, college is a complete waste of time for me because for myself, I wanted to travel the world, make money online, and just kind of be completely free. And I knew college, the business degree, was never going to be able to get me there as fast as I wanted to get there. So that's why high ticket sales and learning the skill of sales, coming out here to Thailand with $1,500 to my name, going completely broke, having to fast. Of course, that was part of the process, but it still was able to get me to where I wanted to go. I think I still have the picture on this board. Yeah, so I mean, this is me right now. Got my girlfriend. I was able to meet my best friends. And that all came from understanding exactly who I was and what I wanted to do with my life. And then figuring out that college wasn't for me and that there was a different path. So that's exactly what you need to do for yourself before you get stuck in a life you don't even enjoy. And it's just completely up to you. So I'm leaving this to you guys. I'm not gonna like force you to drop out or to work a 9 to 5. It's just the ball is in your court. It's just whether or not you're gonna stay and get trapped into a life that you don't want, or understand that college, okay, I'm going to school to be a pilot. I want to be a pilot. I want to fly people all around the world. Then okay, stay in college. But if you want to make money online, travel the world, maybe start your own business, then definitely college is not the way to go. You can learn all of those things by yourself. You don't need to waste time, energy, and the most valuable years in your life learning from someone who's never even done what you want to do. But yeah, other than that, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you guys and giving you guys my insights on why I think university is almost completely useless. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.